as diferenças entre Estados Unidos. 191 lives here that I'm doing here today. So while we wait people to join, I'm just going to run some quick tests just to make sure that everything is working, and connect YouTube and everything else. So just bear with me a little bit and we will start very soon. Some quick test. So just sending to YouTube, making sure that everything is working. And just bear with me a little bit. Yeah, just testing. And we will start very soon. Some quick test. So just send it to YouTube, working. Making sure that everything is working fine. Thank you for joining. And I think everything is working. YouTube is working. Instagram looks like it's working. Can you guys hear me all right? I think it's all working in Instagram as well. Yeah, that's good. All right, so we will start. So welcome and good morning, everyone. Welcome to the live session number 191. And this morning, I will be delivering the 15 minutes of free consulting to Roberto. He's participated in the workshop of the Black Friday 2023, and he was the lucky winner of the free consulting. So thank you very much, Roberto, for participating in the workshop as well. All right, so for those that don't know me, my name is Gerson Ida. I'm the founder of the website www.engineersinaustralia.com, a website that I created back in 2019 to share information and help other engineers to become an engineer here in Australia. And I also promote my free workshop. You can always go to my Instagram profile and click on the link and register to the next free workshop. I think I was planning to do one in December, but it was very busy. I didn't really have enough time, so I will do the next free workshop about the validation process of your engineering qualification here in Australia. I'm going to do in January. It's going to be totally 100% free and 100% online as well. So if you haven't registered yet, you can go to the link in my profile and register there for free. Okay, so we will be doing the consulting with Roberto, and then after I will be answering some questions about the validation process. So during the live session, if you have any particular question, you can put in the comments, either here in the Instagram or in YouTube. You can put in the comments. I'll keep an eye on that, and then I will answer those ones. And I also have many questions that I received during the workshop, so I will be answering some of the questions there as well. Okay, so I will see if I can include Roberto here. I will invite. He accepts and joins the live. So hopefully that will work. Yes, I think that's it's working now. How are you, Roberto?
Yeah, I'm good. What about you? Are you listening?
Yeah, very well, thanks.
So nice.
And again, thanks for participating in the workshop, and congratulations in getting the consulting.
Oh, I have to say thank you for you, because all of the lives and all of your YouTube videos, they help a lot of us.
Thank you very much, and it's always a big pleasure to see the engineers succeeding and having, their qualification recognized here in Australia.
Yeah.
Which means their chances of getting a job as an engineer here in Australia is much better. Thank you very much, Roberto. All right, so yes, what's your questions? How can I help you?
Well, just a few questions. Is like a work experience. Like in my work today, I'm not a nominated civil engineer. So can I use this work experience to validate my diploma? In, the part of.
Can you give a little bit more details of the type of work?
Well, today,
what industry?
Yeah, it's a civil engineer company. Like they have two segments. One is projects, roads, railway roads,
Yeah.
And the other segment that I work is like with surveyors. So we work for Vale do Rio Doce. So they want when they want something in some areas. So our surveyors go there and collect all those points, and then they give it for us the data. We process all these points and draw, and then give to the people from Valley they see what they need over there in that area.
Yeah. All right. So there is just a few things that are a bit different between Brazil and Australia. And I'm a civil engineer as well. And usually civil engineers from Brazil, and we civil engineers in Brazil, we do everything.
Yeah.
When a company gets our job, we do everything. We do estimating, we do surveying, we do project management, we do design, we deliver projects and everything else. Here in Australia, the civil engineer, especially for the validation process, is different, because here in Australia, everything is everybody in its box.
Yeah.
In Portuguese, we say that cada no seu quadrado.
Yeah.
But here in Australia, the civil engineers, for example, they don't do a lot of the residential construction. The residential construction is more for builders, which they don't really require a civil engineering degree.
Yes.
Obviously, if you're going to do the structural calculations of the building, that's done by a civil engineer. So surveying is done by surveyors here in Australia. And surveyors, they are a different job title or job description, or even classification according to the migration classification. So even quantity surveyors, to do the estimating, to do the measure ups when you are delivering a job, and then you gotta measure the quantity of work that was completed. That's called quantity surveyor. In Brazil, civil engineers, we do that. So as a civil engineer, if you use your work experience in the surveying field, I'd say that it can be a little bit risky. You can try, but I think the risk for you to, in Portuguese we say, bater na trave, for you to not really be very successful, there is a risk. Because the civil engineer, if you apply as a civil engineer, they will be looking at designing, for example. As you said, if you work in the other segment of your company, the one that they do the projects in roads and infrastructure, these are the types of projects and engineering work that here in Australia is more related to the civil engineer. So I usually say that in Australia, the civil engineers, engineers in Australia, they consider the raw civil engineer, o engenheiro civil raiz, those ones that are work with calculation, design, projects, etc. So, but you can try to apply as a surveyor. But as a surveyor, it's not really with Engineers Australia. You need to talk to a migration agent and check what organization, what assessing organization is going to do the assessment of your surveyor application.
Yeah, I think I can use. Actually, I have a surveyor technician, so probably will help a lot more.
Yeah.
That one was the other question I was going to ask you, so you just answered.
All right. What was it?
No, about if I could use my survey technician for anything in this validation, but you just a very answer.
Yeah, you certainly can. Probably it's going to be with Veta set.
Yeah. I think it is.
Yeah, and I can tell you, the surveyor work here in Australia is very in high demand. Especially because, for example, I work with road construction. And in road construction, we've got levels, we've got obviously horizontal alignment, vertical alignment. We need to do stormwater pipelines and those sort of things, drainage. And the specifications here in Australia, when you are building, for example, road and drainage and everything else, the quality paperwork, it requires the surveying certificate. So if you're going to lay pipes for drainage, you got to make sure that the pipes, the invert level is the bottom of the pipe is at the right level. And how do you prove that? You prove that with the surveyor, obviously measuring that the bottom of the pipe is at the level as per design. So it means that in every single infrastructure project, you got to have lots and lots of surveyors.
Oh, nice.
It's not just one, because one is kind of doing one bit here, but if you have a large site, you got to have many surveyors measuring a lot of things. So yes, so surveyors, it is a very good profession here. It's in very high demand, and it's not easy to find. I can tell you, if you validate as a surveyor, I'm pretty sure that you're not going to go without a job.
Well, sounds good. So I think I have a path to go.
Yeah, especially if you like to work on site, obviously, because obviously surveyor is usually a site work. And then obviously you'll be dealing with softwares and those sort of things. So it is quite a very interesting job as well.
Oh, nice. Yeah, because the problem is I have just a few experience with engineers. So because I graduated just in August this year.
All right.
So probably surveyor is going to be better. It may be easier.
Especially if you have work experience, because I think that with a Veta says you're going to have work experience. But that's important for you to consult with a migration agent just to confirm what is your best option to get a visa. Because obviously the validation of your qualification, it's important, obviously, so you can be more trusted and easier to get a job. But also, that's a prerequisite for a visa. And if the civil engineer is going to be easier for you to get a visa, you should probably go with civil engineering using your university experience. But if, as a surveyor, if it's also easy for you to get your visa, and if you've got the passion for that, and if you enjoy more surveying than civil engineering, then go with a surveyor.
Nice. Well, I think it's this is all my questions. You just saw.
All right. No, that's good. And you are in Brazil.
Yeah. I'm in Brazil. So me and my wife we're planning to go to Australia next year.
All right. Good. What city in Brazil?
Gold Coast. Oh, sorry. In Brazil, Vitória, Espírito Santo.
Vitória, Espírito Santo. Yeah, all right. And planning to come to Gold Coast.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's a very nice city. Yeah. Beautiful beaches there.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And it's regional. It helps your migration process.
Yeah, exactly. It's one of the things we saw about it.
Yeah. No, that's good, Roberto. All right. And I think that your girlfriend or wife is an architect?
Yeah, my wife is architect.
Oh yeah, and architects, here in Australia, it's very high demand as well.
Mm-hmm.
So she can also obviously get her architecture qualification recognized.
You already seen that.
Yeah, and when the couple, I don't know who's going to be the main applicant, but when the other one also recognizes the qualification, they also add some extra points.
Nice.
So, and here in Australia, the more points you have, obviously quicker you're going to get your invitation.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. All right. Now, thanks, Roberto. If you don't have any other questions, yeah.
No, I think it is. I just have to say thank you for you to help us. Like I said before, your YouTube channel has helped us a lot. So just thanks. It's a pleasure for me to be here.
Thank you very much, Roberto. And those ones that haven't checked my YouTube channel, if you just check Gerson Ida, I'm almost like 1,000 subscribers. Almost there. I think it's missing 12, 10 or 12, but I'll get there eventually.
Yeah, we're gonna get.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Roberto.
Thank you.
Talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.
Okay. See ya. Bye. Yeah, well, that was Roberto Stein, civil engineer and also a surveying technician that from Brazil, and planning to come here to Australia to the Gold Coast next year. So that's really, really good. All right, so do you guys have any other question there or not? I think I've got somebody requesting to be in the live session. I've got another probably 10 minutes. So do you guys have any question there? Yeah, I think that Elia Marcia Vieira, I think she's asking to be in the live session. All right, I've got another 5 or 10 minutes, so we'll accept her and see what if she's got any questions. If not, I will answer a couple of questions that I've got there. Hello? No, she left. Maybe it was a mistake. All right, I've got some questions here that I'm going to answer you guys. There's a question here, how to write the career episodes. So I don't know if you're checking my stories, if you follow my profile, but I'm recording 107 tips to help you to validate your engineering qualification. And I am already in tip number 51. Today I'm going to record tip number 52. But how to write career episodes? Well, first of all, it's really important to choose the right experience. It can be an academic experience or it can be a work experience. But it's important that the experience matches with the definition of your occupation from the ANZ SEO, the Australian New Zealand Standard Classification of Occupation from the Bureau of Statistics. So it's really important that the experience matches that one there. And then how to write the career episodes. I can do one live session just on that. But you need to choose an engineering experience, and then especially if there was an engineering problem. I like the engineering problem. It can be an engineering problem, can be an engineering project, can be a role that you did within engineering. But that's important you to describe what was it, what was the problem, how did you come up with the solution, how did you apply your engineering knowledge and judgments, and what was your final outcome, and obviously describing everything that you did using your engineering skills. Okay. There's a question here from, I don't know your name, but it's good. The profile is Kutshikash. Is work experience really important for the process? Yeah, thank you very much for the question. The work experience can be important, especially if it is a work experience that you have a very relevant engineering problem that you resolved, and then you can use that in your career episode. But the work experience is not essential. You can validate your engineering qualification without work experience. If you don't have work experience, or if your work experience is not relevant, you can always go to your engineering academic experience and use your university experience to validate your engineering qualification. Another question that I received: what are the pitfalls to be avoided when validating your engineering qualification? So what you should avoid doing? Well, first of all, you should avoid choosing experiences that are not related to the definition of your occupation according to ANZ SEO, because Engineers Australia will say that your experience is not relevant, doesn't match with the occupation, and you need to rewrite again. So you've got to make sure that you choose an experience that matches with the definition of occupation. Another thing to avoid doing is to copy or use somebody else's career episode or CDR application as a template for you, because that is considered to be plagiarism, and it's a breach of the Engineers Australia Code of Ethics, and you will be banned for up to 3 years. So don't do that. Another thing that to avoid doing is to choose very simple engineering examples. Because when you choose very simple engineering examples, you need to remember that you need to address 16 competencies, 16 competencies to Engineers Australia. And if your example is very simple, it's going to be very difficult for you to address all the 16 competencies. So avoid choosing very simple experiences. There are many, many other things to avoid doing. So I could be talking here for the whole hour about that as well. But I'll answer another question here. The other question is, what's the first step for you to start your validation process? Well, the first step is for you to be informed about the validation process. And how you can be informed? You can be informed, obviously, by reading the Engineers Australia Migration Skills Assessment booklet. where you will find pretty much all the information that you need about the process and the competencies and the reports and everything else, documentation. Everything is in the Engineers Australia Migration Skills Assessment booklet. So a first step is to read the booklet. Obviously, you can go to my YouTube channel. I've got more than 300 videos there, and you can then watch all the videos and you will learn everything about the validation process. You can attend my free workshop as well. If you haven't registered, you can go to my profile. In the link, you can register yourself to the next free workshop that's going to be in January next year. Other question, how long does it take to validate? Well, this question has two meanings. How long does it take for you to prepare your documentation and your reports? If you dedicate about 5 or 6 hours per week, I'm not talking that much, so 5 or 6 hours per week. If you dedicate that time, you will probably going to finish, if you do the right thing and if you know what to do, you will finish in about 3 to 4 months. And then once you apply, Engineers Australia, if you apply under the standard process, Engineers Australia will probably take you between 8 to 15 weeks, according to what engineers are reporting to me. So if you are in a rush, you can pay an extra fee to Engineers Australia, about $350 around that, and you will get your outcome in about 4 weeks or 1 month. All right. Okay, so I think that that was the time that I had for today. I would like to thank you guys very much for your participation, and thanks Roberto for his participation earlier in the consulting. And remind you again, check my YouTube channel, Gerson Ida. You will find more than 300 videos there about validation, about how you can get a job as an engineer here in Australia. And also follow my profile. I'm recording 107 tips to help you to validate your engineering qualification, and I share them in my stories. And all those tips that they are in my highlights, you can go to my highlights and you can check since number 1. And you will learn a lot of tips that obviously the booklet doesn't really tell everything. Okay, so I'd like to thank you guys very much for your participation today, and I'll see you next time. Thank you, and bye-bye.